Breaking news, Jéssica Andrade will be taking on Weili Zhang for her first UFC title defense, and that fight's headed to China on August 31st. First reported by Brett Okamoto of ESPN. Obviously, we know Brett is the guy who knows everything, connection with Dana, blah, blah, blah. He reported that unofficially the fight is very close to being finalized, and it's obviously going to involve new UFC women's strawweight champion Jéssica Andrade defending her belt against China's very own Weili the Magnum Zhang, who is currently 3-0 in the UFC. Last time we saw Jéssica Andrade, she took on Rose Namajunas at UFC 237 in the main event, where she basically tombstone pile-drived poor Rose right on her head top, causing her to viciously knock her out, and will become the new champion and move her pro MMA record to 20 wins with only 6 losses. Now on the other side, we have Weili the Magnum Zhang, and for those who don't know, she's only fought 3 times in the UFC, has a perfect 3-0 record. Her pro MMA record is 19 wins with 1 loss. That very first loss came in her very first MMA appearance back in the regional circuit in 2013 in her homeland of China. Now we gotta look at Weili Zhang as a true competitor here, folks, because in her 3 fights, she didn't just take on nobody. She took out Daniel Taylor, Jessica Aguilar, and of course she got a unanimous decision win back at UFC 235 over Tecia Torres. Now, what I think of this fight? Well, I think it's gonna be a very tough fight for Jéssica Andrade, but I have to give it up for her for stepping back into the octagon and defending her title so fast. Now, what makes this fight even more interesting is the fact that it's taking place August 31st, so a quick turnaround for the champion, but also that's scheduled to be taking place on UFC on ESPN Plus 15, which just so happens to be in China, in Weili Zhang's home country. I think this is so impressive for the champions because, well, she won the belt in her home crowd. She was successful. She got the championship, but now when it comes to defending her belt, she chooses to not take time off, to go right back in there with a surprisingly high star in the UFC's women's strawweight division and defended in enemy territory. Now, a lot of people were saying, are a little bit disappointed. Jéssica Andrade's first UFC strawweight title defense will come in enemy territory against a surprising challenger, obviously Weili Zhang. A lot of people thought it was going to be Rose Namajunas rematch, but Rose, Brett Okamoto reached out. Rose was just not down for it yet. That's too soon for her. She wants more time to figure out what she wants to do. It wasn't Michelle Waterson, the karate hottie, and it wasn't undefeated Tatiana Suarez, but instead, it's Weili Zhang. What I think of this fight? Well, I think it's kind of a good avenue that the UFC is taking. I'm not giving it to the karate hottie, even though she has a big following. She is very attractive, obviously by her name, and she's loved by the fans. But like Dana White said, she's just ranked too low. And Weili Zhang, even though she only has 3 appearances, the women's strawweight division isn't that deep. So that could, in fact, give her a title shot. Look at the women's flyweight division. Look at the women's featherweight division. A lot of challenges coming up. And, let's be honest, they're not necessarily racking up wins left and right. So what do you guys think of this fight? Do you think it's a very exciting fight? Are you excited to watch this fight? Do you think Jéssica Andrade made a right move to defend her belt so suddenly? Do you think Weili Zhang is a right challenger for the UFC strawweight division? Do you think anybody else deserved it more? Let me know in the comment section below. That was going to be it for this video, but a juicy piece of news just sprung out and involves a UFC fighter, Macy Chiasson, and, well, she is currently homeless. That is right, she is homeless. And it's not because the UFC doesn't pay her well, it's because a crane in Dallas literally collapsed on an apartment building where she resided. Here's a picture, and it took out her entire apartment. Luckily for her and her pet, she was saved, no serious injuries, but of course she is now homeless. She doesn't know what to do, and I do reach out to her. Hopefully she can figure out her way. I'm sure she can. She's a fighter inside and outside the octagon. So I am praying for her, and I'm happy that no one got hurt. She better get her money because that is a lawsuit waiting to happen. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed. Again, I'm Sasha Moks MMA, your latest for MMA interviews, MMA recaps, and just news breaks like so. I'm doing a whole new rebrand, so hope you guys can bear with me. But leave your comment, like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you guys tune in for next time. And as always, have an excellent day.